BattleTech Mercenaries KickStarter, an after-action report, kind of a wrap-up of the success, undeniable success here, as well as my top 10 predictions for kind of where Catalyst is going to focus next. By the numbers, the Mercenaries Kickstarter was undeniably a huge success. We're talking over $7.5 million raised, right? The exact number, $7,549,241.69. Nice. More impressive though is 23,649 backers, right? For anyone looking closely there, Clan Invasion was 11,277. We have over twice the number of backers here in the Mercenaries Kickstarter with us. That's incredible. This is a game-changing amount of demand, right? Catalyst is going to be able to do things that have been on their list as a priority, but they couldn't fund either with current resources or purchasing new strength to go and do, right? So I'm excited. I think there's going to be some good stuff that have been on their list for a while that they just haven't been able to get to, that they now probably have the reach and the financial dollars to turn into muscle and effort to deliver for us. Let's also acknowledge how special these Kickstarters are. I mean, the way Catalyst crew runs them, they're celebrations of BattleTech. Just incredible, right? We probably have over, I don't know what the count is. I put 35 out, at least 35 hours of streamed video content. I bet you it's over 40. It's probably somewhere around 50, right? Just with the 24-hour recording alone. So huge. Tons of AMAs. I was able to catch quite a bit of it, but not all of it. And based on what I was able to glean, here are my top 10 post-Mercenaries Kickstarter predictions for what Catalyst goes and does now. Of course, using the NovaCat Vision. Warning, NovaCat Visions contain margin of error, which may result in tragedy not limited to sterilization, genocide, displacement, splinter factions, and an overwhelming idealism that whoever controls Terra must be the new SLDF and the chosen path for you. Number 1. Boo. Of course, they're focusing on delivering the Mercenaries Kickstarter. I didn't tell you anything new here, right? There's still some effort to wrap up. If you're paying close attention, though, really a lot of what they showed us, they already had well on its way towards production, right? And they're a little bit maybe down towards the tail end around Somerset Strikers. Blood Asp, maybe 2, but that seemed more of a sure thing there from Anthony Scroggins' side of the house. The one thing they definitely stretched for, you could feel Lauren and Catalyst crew hustling to get us dice. That's great. But the dice are quite a saga from the Clan Invasion Kickstarter, as people know. I'm sure there was a lot wrapped up in the strategy for how they wanted to approach doing dice again. With a domestic partner here in the States, I think is a great move. Also, they had to figure out how are we going to do this on making dice pledges whole and good for people previously, right? Target fulfillment, I think they're talking June-ish 2024. That may evolve, but I think that's what they're talking right now. Let's move on. Number 2. Force manuals and faction packs. I talked at labor about combat manuals. I did a quick thumb through overview about how these are probably going to be redone and recast in a new form, but probably they'll be their newer plastic miniatures line painted up in force and faction themes for us. We think how it's being talked about right now, we'll get a Davian, Mercs, and Karita 1, 2, 3 lineup. I hope, cross fingers, they're doing a faction themed force pack for each of these, right? And I would hope they've got not just a lance, like, hey, here are 4 Davian mechs, which granted fits in their current packaging and works easily and well for them. But man, could you do 2 lances? Could you do 8? Because I mean, that's a real. Now we're playing BattleTech when we got 8 mechs down on the table, right? Yeah, so I hope there. Target for this, it could be a little fast, but I'm just trying to think. So if we're wrapping fulfillment of the Kickstarter in summer of next year, right? There's a lot of BattleTech product saturating the channels and things happening. But wouldn't you want to follow that up in the holidays time frame right there with your faction packs and capitalize on Christmas and things like that? So like I lean towards this Christmas 2024 spot a bit here in my top 10. See if you can spot the theme. Number 3, a Yen-Lo-Wang Force Pack. So what's basically been communicated is we have something special in mind. I think that was Randall said that. What I hope it is right, an evolution of the Centurion through the ages kind of force pack. It would feel similar in a way to the Proliferation Cycle pack that was just released, right? It'd give you a bunch of Centurion variants too. You wouldn't have to have them as Yen-Lo-Wang per se, but that could be it. The other thing I guess it could mean we have something special in mind is, could it be an Ilklan sourcebook tie-in? I think Yen-Lo-Wang is owned by somebody, Capellan. I don't know. I read quickly on Sarna.net. I don't know what's on here. Somebody tell us what's likely to happen here. A Yen-Lo-Wang, a knowledgeable person in the comments. Tell me what's going to go on in Target. I don't know. Sometime. Is this a priority for them to do because of where the Ilklan kind of storyline is going, maybe? I don't know. All right, your guess is as good as mine, but there's something special happening there. Number 4, Master Unit List is extended and upgraded. Master Unit List, it facilitates super ease of gameplay. We see the trend right now in the miniature gaming world too of online downloadable rule sets and stat cards, stats for miniatures to allow easy gameplay, right? This really got catapulted forward during COVID lockdown. It was already kind of cast in that motion as well. Catalyst is talking about adding classic record sheets, which would be really good, I think, for the game, for the classic players, classic quote unquotes, for the crunchy players versus me, an Alpha Strike player. I think it would be super smart to do. There's a strategic tie-in to my number 5, which is coming up next. I think this was also always something on Catalyst's list to do. Now with more dollars or maybe some tops attention, they can probably go and fund what they need to do here in making that better for them. Target 2024, again, ties in with maybe faction pack stuff happening too. Maybe. Number 5, organized play at your friendly local game store. So it seems like the Catalyst demo agents have been bolstered and are their growing strength in this space. I could see very easily like grinder or themed battle events at your game store in conjunction with release events and I always, in quotes, in-store support, quote unquote. It's usually free stuff or stuff that's attracting people to the stores to purchase things and play with the local BattleTech community in their area. Shout out to Mary too, who's championing, spearheading all this and focusing on it at Catalyst. Again, like just imagine those force books, those theme force packs, a little master unit list upgrade with like maybe some scenarios too. I don't know. And you put that in the second half of 2024. Man, it could be, the motion there could be so good. Crossing fingers. Number 6, an Aerospace Revamp, right? They've been talking about this at length. I think the question really is all about timing. I want to do rules more accessible, easy to kind of pick up in both classic. I'm not really sure if it's needed in Alpha Strike. high probability this is the next Kickstarter theme as well too. Easy force packs, 4 or 5 aerospace assets, fighters, VTOLs, cast bombers, whatever, what have you. Target, this one's hard for me to know. Like, does Catalyst and Topps look at how successful things were and go, you know what? The time between the Clan Invasion Kickstarter and the Mercenaries Kickstarter is too long. How do we fulfill Mercenaries and get ready to do this again? Because this is so good for our game, our IP, and we are, pulling in the fat checks, right? I could see them pulling that in. Whoops. I could see them pulling that in earlier than that. But yeah, we'll see. I put 2027 there. Number 7, lambs. No, not those. These. Again, it fits with part of our Aerotech theme. A force pack with multi-pose, or not multi-pose models, but one's posed in hover, flight, and we probably don't need any more in their walking robot form. Stinger, Wasp, Phoenix, Hawk, right? These are huge fan pleasers. People really want them. A stretch, you could do the Word of Blake lambs as well too. They're funky. They're in that J era only. I think they put a target with them for the next Kickstarter. Would tie in super nicely with Aerotech Revamp. Plus, we're focusing on more air assets, extending out into our combined arms space. Makes sense, right? Number 8, clan vehicles. Kind of probably goes without saying. The IS vehicles are going to probably sell well. They're already done great in the Kickstarter. Are they going to do well at retail now? Probably. These are also good potential Kickstarter items, though. Maybe they're not force packs that are released just standalone in the normal kind of retail channel motion and new product motion channel that they have going. Could be. Target 2027. Yeah, like I said, sure. Let's also just quick mention of this cool Odin Scout tank here. Clan vehicles are so funky, right? That has a mono wheel at the back that's used for steering, that really distinct clan-looking cockpit, and a gun, frankly, mount on the top that echoes other turrets I've seen in other games, shall I say. That's a cool piece of art by Matt Plog there. Number 9, BattleTech board games. Encounters was a part of the Mercenaries Kickstarter. This is a new dice, press your luck, sort of bidding game. Succession Wars is talking about being updated or reprinted. It really sounds, when Catalyst talked about this, like a new board games team division is brewing there. Strategically, how smart is that? Here's your BattleTech board game that introduces a board game player to the BattleTech IP. There's the little short story in there, a universe primer. Here's some of our other stuff. Oh, you enjoyed that game? Do you like big stompy robots? Come see what else we have to offer, right? All of these things just build on one another, right? The video game, to the miniatures game, to the fiction, to the board games, to the breakfast cereal, to the Hot Pocket, right? I mean, whatever BattleTech branded things are out there that are good for the IP overall. It all delivers back. My wish would be a good Amera trashy dudes on a map BattleTech game, please. Could see Catalyst maybe partner with USAopoly and get their own version of BattleTech Risk. I don't know why not. Transformers has one, 40K has one. Maybe the BattleTech IP, though, is still a little too niche and not well known. It's not like I'm walking in Target and pull it off the shelf game yet. Though, man, it's tipping towards that space, it feels, relatively quickly. I could also see them, BattleTech, partnering with another board game producer. Like, I imagine they do really well working with somebody like Plaid Hat Games, who also handles third-party IPs and builds games for people that are themed, could totally see that happening. They would throw down a great dice chucker with cards and quick and fun, dirty gameplay and thematic as well too. That'd be great. Target, I mean, this is ongoing. I talked about too much stuff here. This is going to be a grow into it space. I don't really have any predictions on when any of this stuff is getting released. Well, except we know Encounters is coming out with the Kickstarter, but the other stuff, yeah, it's going to expect stuff in that space. And finally, number 10, unleash the swag. So we're going to see more hats and faction-based apparel. I think also there's a strong potential that we could see plushy clan totem animals. I would really badly want it. Ghost bears would sell like crazy. A Nova Cat for me, please, please, please. Wolf if you have to. Green turkeys too. And it's probably like, would they do a smoked jaguar before they did a Nova Cat? I want to say they wouldn't, but I feel like they would because of Ill Clan era. Target, ongoing, right? I think they have enough now in the store to look. They're going to know what their sales through rates are for apparel. They'll put some hats up there in some sort of fashion. They'll be able to see how the plushies are doing off the store as well. And from that, they're either going to go, you know what? The volume is still relatively too low. We don't make a ton off of these. We'll keep them as Kickstarter items, or they will start, or maybe specialty in those FLG store support items or things of that nature. It'll stay there. Or they're going to go, you know what, there's enough demand. We have enough people out there. These are selling. We'll add them as just regular throughout the year new product items. So yeah, of course, there's going to be more stuff here. This is kind of a gimme as well too. But yeah, maybe those clan totem animals, please. Bonus round number 11. The Talon and Rem show. It's the media skills, the banter, the fantastic hair, the glasses. Target tomorrow. So I just had an awful lot of fun watching Talon and Rem interact together at the end of the 24-hour stream coverage. I know this is like the picture, they're looking at each other smiling. It's like I'm one of the kids shipping them on the internet, as they say. I'm not really doing that. What I'm saying is, thank you to both of these people. We're in really good hands with them as our brand and community ambassadors back to the BattleTech fandom. I really liked, Talon's always smart and engaging back to the fans, asking questions, and then the 4 streams would just blow up with questions and, or not questions, but feedback back on what people wanted for different swag items. And Rem is a great new addition to the team. She's got, good humor, banter back with us. It's just great. I'm hoping I see more from them in kind of the community space and recordings. I think Rem's planning to do more BattleTech content on either her. She's got some sort of social media video based stuff going on there. I'll have to look it up. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you to Catalyst, thank you to the BattleTech community, and thank you for watching this video. If you liked this and enjoyed it, please toss me a thumb or communicate at me in the comments. Tell me I'm a bozo and like something out there that I picked is not gonna happen, and this is what's really gonna happen, or what's your top bet maybe in a true prediction space. I know I kind of mixed predictions and obvious things in there, but what's your stretch prediction or hope, or what do you see, and like how does it line up for where Catalyst focus is here in the post Mercenaries Kickstarter world? Thanks a ton. I'll catch you guys later.